Hey Switch fans, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're counting down the absolute best AAA games you can play right now on your Nintendo Switch. These are the big budget titles that really show what this little console can do. Let's jump right in. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster brings two classic RPGs back to life with fresh graphics, but the same awesome stories. These games are all about building an army, not just a few party members, but 108 characters you can recruit. Each game puts you in the middle of a big war where you'll need to make tough choices about loyalty and friendship. The combat is turn-based with 6 party members instead of the usual 4, and you also get cool strategic army battles where you command entire units. The castle building feature lets you see your headquarters grow as you recruit more allies, giving you new shops, mini games, and story moments. If you love collecting characters and watching a small rebellion grow into a powerful force, these games will keep you busy for over 60 hours of combined playtime. Xenoblade Chronicles X puts you on planet Mira after Earth gets destroyed, where your custom character joins Blade, a military group protecting the last humans. The huge open world is seriously massive. You can run for hours and still find new areas. The real-time combat has you picking Art's special moves at the right time while positioning yourself around enemies for bonus effects. About 30 hours in, you get the coolest part: giant mechs called skells that transform into vehicles and let you explore even more of the world, including flying over mountains and oceans. The class system lets you mix and match abilities from different fighting styles, and there are tons of side missions that tell small stories about rebuilding civilization. Online features let you team up with other players for super tough monsters that drop the best gear in the game.
Yes, now tackle it up close. Assault!
Side slash! Flame flow!
Appreciate it. Flame grenade!
Fire Emblem. 3 Houses puts you in the shoes of a new professor at a military academy with 3 student houses to choose from, and your choice completely changes the game's story. During the school phase, you'll teach your students, build relationships through meals and tea parties, and explore the monastery. Then everything changes when a 5-year war breaks out, forcing your former students to fight each other. The grid-based tactical combat has you moving units around battlefields like chess pieces, with each character having unique abilities and classes you can customize. The weapon triangle is gone, replaced with combat arts that use extra weapon durability for powerful attacks. The battalion system adds another layer where each character leads a group of soldiers with special gambits. I love how your choices really matter. Students can even be recruited to your house if you build enough friendship with them.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Luigi's Mansion 3 follows our scaredy cat hero as he tries to save Mario and friends from ghosts in a haunted hotel where each floor has a totally different theme. The ghost-busting action centers around the Poltergust G00, Luigi's superpowered vacuum that can suck up ghosts after you stun them with your flashlight. The new slam move lets you smash ghosts into the floor and other ghosts for extra damage. The best new feature is Gooigi, a gooey clone of Luigi that can squeeze through bars and walk over spikes but melts in water. You can control Gooigi yourself or hand a controller to a friend for co-op mode. Each hotel floor feels like its own little world. You'll explore a medieval castle, film studio, dance club, and more. Finding hidden gems and trapped toads rewards your curiosity, and boss fights are like puzzle battles where you need to figure out each ghost's weakness. NieR. Automata takes place thousands of years in the future, where aliens have invaded Earth using machine life forms, and humans have escaped to the moon. You play as combat androids 2B and 9S, fighting to reclaim Earth for humanity. The action combat is super smooth, mixing sword attacks, dodging, and shooting all at the same time. Your floating robot buddy, Pod, adds ranged attacks while you slice through enemies. What's really cool is how the game keeps changing. It starts as a regular action game, then switches to a top-down shooter, then a side-scroller, and even text adventures. The game doesn't end when credits roll. You need to play through multiple times to see the full story, but each playthrough feels different with new characters and gameplay. The chip system lets you customize your android with buffs, but with limited space, you'll need to decide what's most important. Even your HUD elements take up space. Kirby and the Forgotten Land takes our pink puffball into 3D for the first time in a main game, as he explores a mysterious world with abandoned malls, amusement parks, and cities being reclaimed by nature. Kirby's famous copy abilities are back, letting him steal powers from enemies like sword fighting, ice freezing, or fire breathing. The new mouthful mode is hilarious. Kirby stretches his body around objects like cars, vending machines, and even water to solve puzzles. As you rescue Waddle Dees from each level, their village grows with mini-games, shops, and challenges. The two-player co-op lets a friend join as Bandana Waddle Dee with spear attacks. Each level has hidden objectives that aren't revealed until you beat it once, giving you reasons to replay areas looking for secrets. The boss fights are super creative, especially the final battles that really test all the skills you've learned. The Witcher 3 on Switch is a miracle port that brings the massive open-world RPG to a portable console. You play as Geralt, a monster hunter with magic signs, potions, and 2 swords. Steel for humans and silver for monsters. The main story has you searching for your adopted daughter, Ciri, taking you through war-torn villages, monster-filled swamps, and bustling cities. Combat requires preparation. Reading bestiary entries tells you monster weaknesses, so you can apply the right oils to your sword and prepare specific potions before tough fights. The side quests are amazing, often starting simple, but revealing surprising twists and moral choices with no clear right answer. Gwent, the in-game card game, is so addictive, you'll find yourself hunting for new cards across the world. While the graphics took a hit compared to other consoles, having this 100+ hour adventure portable is worth the trade-off. And the Switch version includes all DLC with 2 massive expansion packs.
Come on.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder brings the 2D series back with the biggest twist ever. Wonder flowers that completely transform levels in wild ways. One minute you're regular Mario, the next you might be a Goomba, or controlling a giant spike ball, or watching the entire level turn into a music video. The new elephant power-up lets Mario smash blocks with his trunk and spray water, while badges give you special abilities like starting with a mushroom or bouncing higher off enemies. The game looks gorgeous with expressive animations. Mario and friends react to danger and show excitement, making them feel more alive than ever. Multiplayer supports up to 4 players, and you can choose from 12 characters including Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toad, and even Yoshi's and Nabbit who don't take damage from enemies. The standout feature is how unpredictable each level feels. You never know what crazy transformation is coming next, keeping the excitement fresh all the way through.
Tá uma delícia.
The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom builds on Breath of the Wild with an even bigger Hyrule that now has sky islands floating above and a dark depths realm below ground. Link gets amazing new powers. Ultra Hand lets you build vehicles and machines by sticking objects together. Fuse combines weapons with items for cool effects like making hammers that shoot fire. Ascend lets you swim up through ceilings, and Recall can rewind an object's movement. The story follows Link trying to find Zelda, who disappeared when an ancient evil was awakened, causing parts of Hyrule Castle to float into the sky. Shrines are replaced with caves and light route puzzles that test your creativity. There's usually multiple ways to solve each challenge using your powers. The durability system is improved now that you can fuse items to weapons, like rocks to increase damage or mushrooms for status effects. Building contraptions is the best part. Players have made everything from simple cars to complex flying machines with the building system. Super Mario Party Jamboree is the ultimate party game for the Switch, bringing together 110 mini-games and boards from throughout the series. The main mode has you rolling dice and moving around game boards collecting stars, with each character having their own special dice block. The coolest addition is the Jamboree Rally mode, where up to 20 players can compete online in tournament-style mini-game battles. The 7 boards are bigger than ever, with multiple paths and special events that can completely change the game in the final turns. Partner Party Mode returns, where you move freely on a grid version of the board with a teammate. The mini-games use all the Switch's features. Motion controls have you swinging the Joy-Con like a baseball bat or frying pan, while others use the HD Rumble to feel objects inside a box. The standout mode is Koopathlon, where players race around a track competing in rapid-fire mini-games without stopping. With download play, up to 4 players can join using just one copy of the game, making it perfect for impromptu parties. Red Dead Redemption brings the Wild West to Nintendo Switch, putting you in the boots of John Marston, a former outlaw forced to hunt down his old gang members. The game is set in 1911 when the Old West was dying out, with cars starting to replace horses and lawmen taming the frontier. You'll ride across huge open lands from dusty deserts to snowy mountains, taking on missions from sketchy characters on both sides of the law. The shooting feels great with a slow-motion dead-eye feature that lets you mark multiple targets before firing in a quick burst. Beyond the main story, you can play poker in saloons, break wild horses, hunt animals for pelts, and help strangers with random events that pop up while exploring. The morality system tracks if you're playing as a good guy or bad guy based on your actions, changing how people react to you in towns and what ending you'll see.
Take cover behind the outhouse! Careful, there may be more of them! You're making a big mistake, friend! You better be at peace with the Lord!
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 throws you into a world where 2 nations have been fighting forever, with soldiers who only live for 10 years before their life force gets used up. You play as Noah and Mio from opposite sides who, along with their friends, discover they've been lied to their whole lives and team up to find the truth. The combat happens in real time, where you auto-attack while moving around to position yourself, and use special moves called arts when they charge up. The coolest part is the Ouroboros system, where 2 characters can fuse into a super powerful form with totally different abilities. The class system lets you swap jobs between characters, borrowing moves from special heroes you meet. The game has huge open areas to explore with breathtaking views, giant monsters roaming around, and tons of side quests that tell small stories about the world. The music is amazing too, especially since Noah plays a magical flute that helps free souls of the dead on the battlefield. Super Mario Odyssey sends Mario on a globe-trotting adventure to stop Bowser from forcibly marrying Princess Peach. After losing his hat in a fight, Mario teams up with Cappy, a living hat who can possess enemies and objects when thrown. This possession mechanic totally changes how Mario games work. You can take control of Goombas to walk on tiny ledges, become a T-Rex to smash through rocks, or turn into a bullet bill to fly across gaps. Instead of traditional levels, the game has massive kingdoms like New Donk City, a desert filled with ice, and a food world with giant realistic vegetables. Each kingdom is packed with power moons to collect, over 800 total, and you can find them by solving puzzles, beating challenges, or just exploring weird-looking areas. The movement feels amazing with jumps, flips, dives, and rolls you can chain together for incredible parkour. The game even includes 2D sections where Mario turns into his classic 8-bit self while still using all his 3D abilities. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Vengeance drops you into modern Tokyo right as it gets destroyed and transformed into Da'at, a desert wasteland filled with demons. You play as a high school student who fuses with a mysterious being to become the Nahobino, a powerful half-human, half-demon entity. Instead of just fighting demons, you can talk to them during battle and try to convince them to join your team through conversation. Choose the wrong dialogue options and they might get angry and attack harder. The turn-based combat uses the press turn system where hitting enemy weaknesses gives you extra moves, but missing or hitting resistances makes you lose turns. You can fuse demons together to create stronger ones that inherit skills from their parents, letting you build the perfect team. The Vengeance version adds a whole new story path, casual difficulty for players who want to focus on the story, and tons of quality of life improvements. The world is interconnected with lots of verticality, rewarding players who climb to find hidden items and powerful demons. Metroid Prime Remastered brings back Samus Aran's first-person adventure with beautiful updated graphics that make it hard to believe this game originally came out 20 years ago. After a run-in with her nemesis Ridley, Samus tracks a distress signal to the planet Talon 4, which has been corrupted by a radioactive substance called Phazon. The gameplay mixes exploration, puzzle solving, and combat as you navigate through different zones like the fiery Magmore Caverns and the icy Phendrana Drifts. Your arm cannon has different beam types you unlock throughout the game, like the ice beam to freeze enemies or the thermal visor to see invisible platforms. The world is designed as one big interconnected map where new abilities like the Morph Ball Bombs or Grapple Beam let you reach areas you couldn't access before. What makes this game unique is the scanning feature, where your visor can analyze enemies for weak points and scan alien lore to piece together the story of what happened to the planet and the ancient Chozo civilization. Paper Mario. The Thousand Year Door remasters the GameCube classic RPG, where Mario is flat as paper in a 3D world. The story takes Mario to Rogueport, a shady town where Princess Peach has disappeared while researching the mysterious Thousand Year Door. The turn-based battles happen on a stage with an audience watching. Pull off stylish moves and they'll cheer, giving you more power, but mess up and they might throw stuff at you. Timing button presses during attacks makes them stronger, adding a skill element to the RPG system. Your partners each have special abilities both in and out of battle, like Admiral Bobbery, who can explode to damage enemies or blow up cracked walls. Mario's paper abilities let him fold into a plane to fly across gaps, turn sideways to slip through cracks, or roll into a tube to roll up ramps. The game is split into chapters that feel like episodes of a TV show, each with their own mini story and unique location, from a wrestling arena to a train murder mystery and a spooky steeple. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate lives up to its name by including every fighter from past games, plus tons of newcomers. Over 80 characters in total, the fighting game brings Nintendo's biggest stars together with gaming icons like Solid Snake, Cloud Strife, and Sonic for chaotic multiplayer battles. Unlike traditional fighting games, you don't deplete health bars. Instead, you increase damage percentages to make opponents fly farther when hit, trying to knock them off the stage. Each fighter has unique moves based on their games, like Link using bombs and arrows or Pikachu zapping opponents with lightning. The single-player World of Light mode has you rescuing fighters from an evil force that turned everyone except Kirby into spirits. Speaking of spirits, there are over 1,400 of them, representing characters from countless games that you can equip for stat boosts and special effects. With 103 stages, countless items, and game modes for up to 8 players, Ultimate truly feels like a celebration of gaming history all in one package. Persona 5 Royal puts you in the shoes of a high school student who discovers he can enter the metaverse, a world created by people's distorted desires. You and your friends form the Phantom Thieves, using special powers called personas to steal hearts and make corrupt adults confess their crimes. The game splits between dungeon crawling and mind palaces and daily life as a student, where you need to manage your time wisely. Each day you can choose to study for exams, hang out with friends to strengthen your bonds, which powers up your personas, work part-time jobs, or explore the city of Tokyo. The turn-based combat has you finding enemy weaknesses to knock them down and perform an all-out attack for massive damage.
It's been a while since we last but this time...
Persona! Go down!
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe brings the best racing game on Switch to a whole new level with 48 tracks and 42 characters, including Link, Animal Crossing villagers, and even Splatoon Inklings. The anti-gravity racing lets you drive up walls and upside down, with your kart wheels turning sideways to become hover pads. Bumping into other racers while in anti-grav gives you a speed boost, adding a new strategy to the chaos. The item system keeps races unpredictable. You might get bananas to drop behind you, shells to shoot at opponents, or the super horn to block that dreaded blue shell. The game includes a revamped battle mode with 8 dedicated arenas and 5 game types like Balloon Battle and Bob-omb Blast. The customization is huge. You can mix and match different karts, wheels, and gliders that change your stats like speed, acceleration, and handling to match your driving style. With the Booster Course Pass DLC now complete, you get a total of 96 tracks from across Mario Kart history. The best part is you can play with up to 4 players on one Switch, making it the perfect game for family game nights or parties. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild completely changed what open-world games can be, dropping you into a massive version of Hyrule with almost no limits on where you can go. The story is simple but effective. Link wakes up after 100 years of sleep to find Hyrule in ruins, and Princess Zelda holding back the evil Calamity Ganon using her power. The game breaks the Zelda formula by giving you all your main tools in the first hour, then setting you free to tackle the world however you want. You can even head straight to the final boss if you're brave enough. The gameplay focuses on creativity with systems that interact in realistic ways. Metal conducts electricity, fire spreads across grass, and ice melts in hot areas. You can climb anything as long as your stamina holds out, and the paraglider lets you soar from high places to cover huge distances. Weapons break after use, forcing you to constantly adapt with what you find. The weather affects gameplay too. Rain makes climbing slippery, lightning strikes metal equipment, and extreme temperatures drain your health unless you wear the right clothes or cook special meals. It's a game that rewards curiosity at every turn. And there you have it, the top 20 best AAA games on Nintendo Switch. From open worlds to racing and everything in between, these games show just how amazing the Switch library has become. What's your favorite game on this list? Let me know in the comments what you think deserve to make the top 10. If you enjoyed this countdown, hit that like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content every week. Until next time,